Hey everybody, I hope you guys are doing well. So I figured I would get up this morning and talk about the Verzuz battle. Okay, and I'm also going to talk about Meg Thee Stallion dropping her debut album. But let's get into this Verzuz battle because man, this tickled me all night. This tickled me all night long. So I mentioned it in a previous video of mine that I wasn't so sure, and the people weren't so sure that this was a good idea. Remember, this was supposed to be a versus battle between Jeezy and T.I. But then it became Jeezy and Gucci. And first, everybody thought it was a joke. Like, this can't possibly be real because if you understand the history between these two, you would understand why they probably should never be in the same room together. Like, this ain't no just you took me off your song type of shit. Like, people died behind their beef. All right. And if just to kind of catch you up on those, it's like I'm lost. I don't know what you're talking about. Super short. They had some beef with a song. So Icy. Okay. That's kind of how it all kind of got started. Jeezy allegedly sent somebody to touch Gucci, and Gucci ended up killing his boy. Okay. And well, ever since then, and Gucci actually had to fight that defense. He ended up getting off on self-defense, but it took months for all of that. So there's real tension and beef between these two. This is not some, I just don't like you. No, people died behind this. So when this came about, everybody was like, is this real, first of all? And is this safe? Second. So last night, everybody tuned in. It was supposed to be 7 p.m. Central, of course, I'm Central, my time. These fools didn't even get out there to damn near 8 o'clock. They just had they had all of us on bated breath, just sitting there waiting. I was on Instagram. I know some people did Apple Music. I was on Instagram. We had 1 million people literally sitting there waiting for these dudes to come out. All we saw was the damn baby shower chairs. That's be at every baby shower. That's all. We just sit there and literally stared at baby shower chairs for almost a damn good hour before they finally came out. And let me just say this: Gucci came with the immediate disrespect, which made everybody feel like, okay, so this is what we're doing tonight. Is this still a good idea? Maybe we should just call it early, right? So Gucci came out super early, just dissing Jeezy. And Jeezy, he pretty much sat down for the most part, most of it. And Gucci would not sit down for the most part. And it was just kind of interesting to kind of watch the back and forth. Now, a lot of people had Jeezy winning this, which the streets are saying Jeezy, in fact, did. Okay. I have a few Gucci hits that I love. I think I love her. I was kind of annoyed that I didn't hear Lemonade until the very, but I got the understanding as to why he chose Lemonade later. That's one of my favorites. And I was kind of disappointed that I didn't hear Freaky Girl. I thought he was going to do that. But things got really, really, really tense at some point. Because again, Gucci was just coming with the disrespect after disrespect. Like, he was coming, like, he just didn't care. And you could just see it in how they were interacting with one another, and how Gucci got up and he was like, this outfit I got on costs 10 bands, and all this other stuff. And Jeezy hit him back with, well, I got real estate, right? So it was just kind of like a lot of that last night. It was a lot of that last night. And see, this is what I thought wasn't going to happen. I thought, okay, they're going to keep it cute. They're going to play their little songs and everything like that. They're going to play their songs, in which they did. But it got a little heavy. It got a little it got real kind of funky when Gucci decided to go ahead and play Truth. Now, y'all might not know and understand the significance of him playing this, but this was like I thought he was dissing him before. This is the diss. And it got real, tense up in there. Like, you could even see it in the comments. People was like, oh shit, maybe we should go get my coat. Like, you just in the club, we should probably just leave because this is not going to end well. And Gucci would not let up. When I tell you he came in there, this was the Gucci. Remember the Gucci that showed up last night. I know people be talking about the clone, but the Gucci that showed up last night was the Gucci with the ice cream cone on the side of his face in front of the judge. You know, I got that when he played "Bitch I Might Be." Like, that's the Gucci that showed up last night. Like, fuck what the new Gucci with the big teeth and stuff like that, the veneers. No, the Gucci that showed up last night was the old Gucci. All right. And I felt that, and everybody felt that. Everybody was super, super tense when he played Truth. All right. Because that was just like one of those. And he kept, you know, I'm going to show y'all this little clip that I was able to capture. But I promise you, I was sitting there. It was about 1.7 million people watching at this very moment when things got super, super tense between these two. And I promise you, I was sitting there holding my breath like the entire time during this kind of moment, because Jeezy got up. Jeezy, for the most part, had been sitting down, but Jeezy got up because, again, Gucci was just being extra, extra disrespectful. And we was worried that this was not going to end very well, y'all. It was kind of scary for me and the other folks that was watching, all 1.8 million people on Instagram. So go ahead, and I'm just going to show you this like 2-minute clip between these two where it got really, 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 really real, y'all. Go ahead and check this out real quick.
Damn.
Broke the internet.
I tell you what. Put that nigga ass in the dirt. I tell you what. Smoking on Pookie tonight. I tell you what. This how we gonna do this. Send some more, I'm gonna send them the same way. In a box back to you. Are you doing free kill? Free kill. I tell you what though. See, when I even called you and extended this invite, my nigga, I did it as a real man. It's been 20 motherfucking years.
15 years.
Okay, well, how many? You still talking the same shit. You feel me? Still talking the same shit.
Hey, man, you
so
gotta take that.
Let me talk, my nigga. Let me talk.
Listen.
Let me talk,
I don't want to talk. I'm through talking. It's your turn to do the song.
That's
what
right.
Gonna
That's
do?
right. That's right.
Are we gonna do some music or
I tell you what, my nigga. I tell you what, it go like this. When I extended the invitation, I did it as a real man. You feel me? Because I
told you straight off the dribble. I told you off the dribble, nigga, we can't do nothing if it ain't street. If I can't perform the truth, we can't do it.
It's all good, but let me say my piece. Let me say my piece.
Take off.
Let me say my piece. It's like this, bro. I extended my hand because I'm a real man. And the shit we came from in the street, dog, you seen it, we've been through it, dog. 20 years. 20 years. And when I said I wanted to do this shit for the culture, that's what I wanted to do, nigga. I brought you here to show you the world care about what the fuck we got going on, because we are the culture. You feel me? Me and you. Where we came from. What we been through, nigga. Us. Me and you. All these kids out here doing what the fuck they do because they saw what went on with us, dog. So this shit ain't about me. This shit ain't about you. You feel what I'm saying? This shit about King Von. This shit by Doe B. This shit by Nipsey Hussle. This shit by motherfucking Pop Smoke, M3. And I'm real enough to do that, nigga, because one thing about it, 2 things for sure, 3 things for certain, nigga. I'm the realest.
Now, I have to say, I think Jeezy handled that very maturely. I think we was kind of sitting there not knowing what was going to happen, but he handled that very, very maturely. And I think he just kind of took the air out of Gucci. Like, he just kind of, like, popped his balloon in that moment, in my opinion. And it's so funny. After all that disrespect, they chop it up and they do So Icy, which made me feel like it felt manufactured at that point. Like, did they just set us up? Was this theatrics? I don't know. But then T.I., now after all of that, Jeezy then said about Von and everything like that, here come T.I. Heard you was saying something about something that will certainly be addressed properly later on. Let's enjoy this moment, though. Now, he talking to 600 Breezy, who was, he said something about when T.I. had said that bullshit when Von died and everything like that. Breezy from Chicago, over there, over in them parts. So I'm like, T.I., this ain't really the time. You got Jeezy trying to make peace. This ain't really the time to do all of that bullshit. Please stop. But anyway, all in all, I think it was a good versus. It was some touch and go moments though. It was some touch and go moments. But I was hyped after that. I was hyped after that versus. That was something to watch. That was definitely something to watch. Like I said, I wish that Gucci would have played other stuff. I was just kind of like, I wish he had played other things, but he came in there on some, he just wanted to make sure that Jeezy knew that he was still on that shit. He was still about that. But then again, like I said, it was so funny. He was like, no disrespect is all love, after disrespecting him the entire time. That was hilarious to me. Anyway, yeah, I was feeling super hyped after that. This is how I was feeling, y'all. Came out the club feeling like this.
Where the hood niggas at? Where's the hood niggas at? I'm looking for the hood niggas.
This clip is always so funny to me. Anyway, let's get into Miss Meg Thee Stallion. Now, Meg dropped her debut album, Good News. And I want to be fair here. I like Meg Thee Stallion. And I listened to some of the songs. I didn't stay up all night like some people. If you're a music connoisseur, if that's something that you would listen to, you may go through every single song. I only went through a few just to kind of like, okay, these are the songs that I've been hearing about. And she also dropped her video Body with Taraji P. Henson was in it, Black China was in it, Jordan Woods was in it, Asian the Brat was in it. I mean, it was cute, but I don't like the song. I gotta be honest. It'll do well because it's kind of a TikTok-ish type of thing. But it ain't my cup of tea. It's just not my thing. Not me. Now, people gonna have certain reactions when it comes to Meg. If you ain't feeling her, you're gonna probably automatically assume it's trash, right? But if you're a fanatic, if you're a fan, you're gonna think that every song was a bop, everything is a hit, it's a 10 out of 10. But if you in the middle like me, where you don't have no dog in this fight, you're gonna say, you know what? There were some things that I liked, but I can't give her an honest assessment of it because I didn't listen to it thoroughly. The songs that I did hear, some of it was cute. It had a little yang to it. I liked the one with SZA. She had a couple more on there that was cute. Shots Fired is the one I want to get into in a moment here. All right, because she did like a she did it over Who Shot Ya. Right, that was a sample of Who Shot Ya, Biggie Smalls' Who Shot Ya. Obviously, she playing off of that type of stuff, and so that's cool. But again, I don't think that it would be fair to just completely can her album or say it was just 10 out of 10 when I haven't listened to every last song. But that's not really why I want to talk about Meg right now. First things first, I like Meg. I really, really like Meg, but I always felt like she was a better freestyler than whatever is produced. When she freestyles, I love her. I love her energy. I love Meg. But her stuff that is studio produced, I feel like it loses something. Like there's something that just doesn't connect for me when it comes to that. Now, I love Sugar. I love Big Ol' Freak. That's one of my favorite songs of Meg. That's what got my attention with Meg in the first place, why I liked her. But I don't know. Lately, it just seemed like some of this produced stuff is a hit or miss for me. And it just doesn't, I don't know. A lot of people talking about she don't switch up her flow. Listen, you as a rapper, you may have a certain cadence about yourself or a certain flow about yourself. But you still should have some versatility. And I think a lot of people who just automatically walked in assuming she wasn't going to. She did a little bit of that. But like I said, if you don't like Meg very much, you're going to find things to pick out, right? And if you love her, you're going to automatically assume everything she do is just beautiful, it's wonderful, it's grand, it's wonderful. I just don't take it or look at it as such. All right. But I definitely want to talk about her Shots Fired. I want to talk about Shots Fired because this is when she gets into, for the most part, the whole who shot Meg, Tory Lanez, Kelsey. She gets into all of that. And she basically calls them both out on this particular song. All right. And a lot of people got a lot to say about it, including Kelsey kind of like responded to it in a way by laughing at it. So, you know, when the shots fired clips went viral, Kelsey got on the neighborhood talk. She got under the comments and she like did laughing emojis. Now, eventually she deleted it because I think people were coming at her kind of crazy, right? But then her sister followed up and said, Meg, you the one that was the side dish. Now that's, you the one that's like out here like macaroni and coleslaw. You was the side dish. You was the side piece. Pretty much reaffirming what the tea had been out there, that Meg actually was the one who betrayed Kelsey. Kelsey was messing with Tory first. Meg came up behind her. I don't know. Like I said, this is all speculation, but Kelsey came out and laughed, and when people was coming at Kelsey's sister came out and defended her sister like I guess a good sister should do. People shouldn't get upset with Kelsey's sister for defending her. That's what your sister is supposed to do, okay? But like I said, Meg came out and she basically in the lyrics, she basically said a few things that got a lot of people talking and basically reaffirming or what she initially said about Tory shooting her. Okay. And then she also calls out Kelsey. Now you have to remember something about Kelsey and Meg. Kelsey and Meg were supposedly best friends, right? It was hot girl Kelsey pretty much the entire summer and before that. They had known each other for years and years and years and years and years. And again, like I said, the tea was that Kelsey was actually the one messing with Tory first. And Meg was supposedly the one who came up behind her and started messing with him as well. Now, nobody still ain't saying what the hell happened in that goddamn SUV that night, which that's why I was just pretty much over. I'm like, listen, if ain't nobody gonna come out and directly say, now Meg did say you shot me, and in my opinion, that was she said he shot her. That's all I can go by, right? And then everybody else had been pretty cryptic about it. Tory put out his album and said a few things like this, and then Kelsey been saying cryptic messages, inspirational quotes, but she ain't really said much of anything. She really hasn't said much of anything, which is why I was actually shocked that Meg came for Kelsey in this way. Now, you might recall late in the summer, Meg did a live in which she said that she had been betrayed by her friends. She had been betrayed. And people were automatically assuming that, yes, it has to be Kelsey, that somehow Kelsey, Meg, and Tory had some kind of triangle going. Then Meg also alleged a few days ago when the GQ article came out that Kelsey took the money because she said that Tory had attempted to pay them off. He attempted to pay them off for their silence, and she was basically alleging that Kelsey, in fact, took the money, right? So it's been out there, just a little bit of that, thinking that the reason why Kelsey ain't saying much of anything is because she, in fact, took the money from Tory. Now, this is all speculation. Nobody knows anything for certain because they just keep kind of dropping breadcrumbs. All three of them keep dropping breadcrumbs to the point that people are exhausted about it. They're exhausted. And so what Rock Nation does is what Rock Nation is supposed to do, right? They parlayed this into an album for Meg to say, hey, we on this Black women's empowerment movement. We on protect Black women. This is how we're going to roll this out. And so they've been doing their job. You can't get mad at Rock Nation for doing what Rock Nation is supposed to do. Now, I hope for Megan's sake, it pays off. But listen to these lyrics. It says, who you taking shots at, goofy ass bitch? Watching me succeed from your knees, sucking D. I know you want attention from the ends that I get. I'ma stake you a side plate, shrimp. Stay in your place. Real bitch, yeah. I ain't selling fairy tales. FaceTime my end while my other end laying there. Bitch thinks she sabotaging something, trying to run and tell. B, I got a bond with my end and they all aware. Who you taking shots at? Shut up with your scary ass. No profile pic, B. Your mama shouldn't had. Kick me while I'm down bad. I remember all that. Next end, send a shot. I'ma send it right back. I can't. Listen, I ain't no rapper. So I just pretty much tried to read it as best I can. But the point is, those are the lyrics towards Kelsey. Okay, those are her lyrics toward Kelsey that she decided to do. Okay, now that's not the first verse. The first verse is what I'm going to show you right now, and this is regarding Tory. Now remember, to be fair, Tory put out an album. I don't think he said anything bad about Megan, but you know, again, this is Megan's Shots Fired. This is her first song on the album. She had to come out. She got to come out that way. She got to come out that way. So you cannot, like I said, this is how it works. This is the game. This is the industry. She had to get people talking, and this is going to be the one that people were going to be talking about. But the lyrics are kind of interesting for both. So like I said, this is for Kelsey. This is all Kelsey right here. All right. But then let's get into what she wrote or what she rapped about Tory Lanez, because that's actually very, very interesting in how she did it and what she basically says in it. And then I asked myself, well, what's the difference between what he did and what she did? Not much. There ain't too much difference between any of them. But yeah, this was her best friend. Now she's saying, imagine Ian lying about shooting a real bitch just to save face for rapper Ian you chill with. Imagine me giving an F. It was your fucking birthday. Fuck you. I don't know why I just said F, but then I said fuck. Never mind. You and your feelings, I just thought it was another Thursday. Now imagine me cock blocking in on some dry shit. I don't want you on the bench. Believe you wouldn't been invited. You wouldn't have been invited. And if it weren't for me, same week, you wouldn't have been indicted. Should have let them lock your ass up. You offered M's not to talk. I guess that made my friend excited. Now y'all in cahoots. Huh, okay, you a puss in boots. You shot a 5'10" bitch with a 22, talking about bones and tendons like them bullets wasn't pellets. Now it goes on and on and on and on, but I think you guys get the gist of this. Okay, she actually even go on to basically call him a brokey, like you a broke midget, right? And I want to say something about that, okay? Here's the first thing. Let me talk about Kelsey first. It's interesting to me that we still technically don't know, right? They all been leaving breadcrumbs, and I don't think all three of them. I think they all lying in some sense of the right. Nobody's telling the full story, so to speak. I do believe that Meg was indeed shot. I believe that. That's my opinion. How it happened, we still don't know, because again, everybody leaving the breadcrumbs. But I find it interesting how she talked about her friend, her ex-best friend, because her and Kelsey were supposed to be best friends. Now, remember what I said. It was out there that Kelsey was with Tory first. That was what was out there. We don't know that to be true. But again, Kelsey's sister came up behind Kelsey earlier this morning and basically said, Meg, you was the one that was out here being a side dish. You out here trying to talk about my sister, but you was the one that was the red beans and rice on the side, the cold macaroni, the cold, thick, mashed potatoes. Use the side dish, not my sister. Okay. Pretty much confirming what been out there about Meg, in fact, being the one that betrayed Kelsey. Now, that being the case, Meg is on this whole woman's empowerment, protect black women stuff. And for a while now, her and her friends have been taking shots at Kelsey. Kelsey, who for the most part haven't said much of anything about this. Now, she's been cryptic. Like I said, it's been annoying because it's like, listen, girl, if you ain't going to say shit, just stop. Stop with all the inspirational quotes and saying stuff, but not really saying nothing and all this other little things like that. Just stop. Just stop if you ain't going to say shit. But nonetheless, if they were best friends at one point, and now they ain't best friends, and this is how Meg come out on her supposed best friend that I'm sure at one point or another she loved, then were they ever friends? Because listen, I know we all got somebody in our past that we may have called a friend. I love this girl. You have an ex-best friend and everything like that. At one point or another, I love that girl. And if we ain't cool no more, she don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with her no more, I ain't gonna talk down on her to nobody else. And I'm definitely ain't gonna talk down on her publicly. We just go our separate ways, but I ain't gonna talk down on you. I'm just not gonna do that. So, and if I do talk down on you in a way that Meg did Kelsey, it makes me think that they was never really friends, or you always felt like that about her. You felt like that from the get-go about Kelsey. if you to talk down on this woman like that. Especially when the streets are saying that you was actually the one. You were the one, Meg, that actually came up behind Kelsey and slept with Tory. So that's kind of interesting to me. But, it's like protect black women, women's empowerment, but you talking down and your friends have been like threatening this girl and messing with this girl and threatening this girl for weeks now. But it's protect black women. But this is just an observation, y'all. This is just an observation from somebody, again, who like Meg, but, I'm going to call it like I see it. Now, let's move on to Tory Lanez here and what she said about him. She got every right to feel the way she feel. In fact, if this man did what he did to her, what you expect her to say? What you expect her to say if this is what actually happened, right? But here's the thing. And let this be a lesson to y'all, young girls out here. You're still trying to live your life, do your thing. Meg out here calling him short, broke, midget, this, that, talking down on him. Again, that's her right to do so. But please understand something, ladies. When you talk down on a man that you call broke, that you call short, that you call all those names, in his mind, he still hit. He still got the draws. He still got the panties. So you can call that man broke. You can call that man 5'3", 4'3". You can call him midget. You can call him a ghoul, a gnome, a garden gnome. You can call him whatever you want, baby girl. But in a man's mind, you still let him hit. And you and your girl Kelsey aren't friends anymore because of that garden gnome. So he, at the end of the day, he wins. He wins the argument when it comes to that. Listen, I think we can all attest to the fact that we have probably slept with somebody that we don't want nobody to know about, that you have put them deep down in a lockbox, never to ever speak on it again. And even when you start to think about the fact that you did that, you're like, God damn, I can't believe I did that. But at the end of the day, I also got to think about, well, shit, I got to take that L because I still let him, he might be this and he might be that. He might be broke. But I still let him. I still gave it to him, girl. You still gave him the coochie. And for that, men don't care what you say. Because at the end of the day, to his people, to his boys, they going to all say the same shit. Well, she could call you this and she could call you that. And she might feel like that, but she still let your ass hit. So at the end of the day, you could call him anything you want to, Meg. Because you can feel a type of way about what you said he did to you. I can't even be mad at that. There's nothing to be mad about that at, because she got a right to do that if that's how she feel about him. But at the end of the day, Meg, you lose this argument, girl, because you still gave him the draws. And you and your girl ain't friends no more because y'all both gave it to that little man. So he wins that. He wins that in the court of public opinion if the court is full of men. Okay, if the court is full of men, he wins that argument, baby girl. So just remember that, ladies. Remember that when you are talking down on these dudes. Because we all get mad and we all say shit. Listen, I get mad at mine. And I was like, and you are this and you and you and you still at the end of the day, though, you still was into that man. You was still with that man. So you can't, and same, listen, dudes, y'all do it too. I ain't just talking to the ladies. I'm talking to y'all niggas too. Because y'all might have a woman in y'all past that you might be like, I cannot believe I did that. But you did it. But you did. That's the point. And that's the only point. You did. So, all in all, I'm going to give her album a full listen. Just to be fair. But right now, it's cool. It's cool. I ain't going to trash her album. I hope she actually does well. I mean, hell, Roc Nation got all their muscle beat. If she don't do well, that's a loss for Roc Nation because they've been out here pushing the whole women's empowerment, protect black women. You know, pushing. They better do well. But for me, Meg, I just miss the old Meg with the freestyle. Like, I just honestly think that Meg, when she freestyles, she sounds so much better to me. She do. She absolutely do. I just don't always like her studio produced stuff, but I'm going to give it a once over just to give her a fair assessment of it. I'm not, it's like I said, I ain't got no dog in this fight. I really, really don't. But I just wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about Gucci and Jeezy. Definitely talk about Gucci and Jeezy because that shit right there had me nervous. It had me nervous. All right, security. It had me nervous. But I'm glad that at the end of the day, you know, Jeezy was Jeezy. Jeezy was very, 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 very mature in that situation. I'm sure Jenny Mai was like sitting here like, listen now. Is this what dating a rapper is about? I just wanted to take cute pictures and ride in a basket on a bicycle with you. I didn't know it was going to be all of this. I'm just making fun. That's just kind of my, I'm just making fun of Jenny Mai or whatever like that. But yeah, that was good. I'm just sitting here like both these dudes in love. What they sitting up here looking like they both hard. They all that. I'm a trapper. Y'all both got women at home that y'all love. Gucci, you got a baby on the way, right? Gucci being extra as usual last night. But yeah, that was kind of funny to me. I just wanted to talk about both of those. And I want you guys to let me know what you thought about, if you watched the Verzuz last night, tell me what you thought about that whole thing. And if you've listened to Meg's album, her full album, like I said, let's be fair here. I don't want to just go trashing this girl just because you don't like her or you like her or let's be fair. If you heard the album, just let me know what you think about it. Because like I said, I want to definitely give it a good full listen before I say anything other than that. So here's my information. Do me a favor, comment below. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And share my video. And I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.